Welcome, everyone, to the Med Spa Accelerator Podcast, brought to you by Everable Marketing, the go-to resource so you can get the latest hacks and best practices so that you can market and grow a profitable medical aesthetics practice. Welcome, everyone, to the next episode of the Med Spa Accelerator. Hey. It's good to be here with you guys again, man. It's the last week of January. It feels like it's already going by super fast.
I know, right? And that's because usually January is like the longest month for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, have you ever felt like that? It feels like the year finishes so fast in December and then it's January and it like takes forever. Like,
I know,
what?
It's crazy.
How many weeks does January have?
Yeah. And it's been our best year yet. For us and for our clients, it's been pretty awesome.
It's been a great start to 2020.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
We're excited about it. We started a little weird with like this whole like Donald Trump and Iran thing, and then we had like these bushfires, and then we had like all this other crazy stuff going on. But I'm excited about 2020 still.
I know there's been so much like bad world news, but at the same time, I feel like there's just so much goodness in the world still.
Sure.
And we like to see the positive side of things. So you guys are part of that, of course.
For sure.
So what are we talking about this episode?
So today we're going to be talking about, you're going to be hearing more from her than from me, okay? So I'm sparing you guys. So we're going to be talking about the top 5 Instagram trends for 2020 that you need to be adopting for your med spa.
Yes, there are so many things out there that are new and everybody's like, okay, what do we need to do? But right now we're going to talk about the 5 things that you can actually do for your med spa, because it might not apply to everybody, but we want to make sure that these actually apply to you guys.
Awesome. All right. Well, before you do that, guys, before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review. That definitely helps us and, share the word and more people to find out about the podcast. First of all, I also want to say thank you, because I think this week we already reached like 14,000 downloads. And honestly, that's just because of you guys. So thank you so much for listening, for watching. And again, thank you so much. Again, but don't forget, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And hopefully
leave us a review.
Yeah, leave us a review. Let us know how we're doing.
Definitely.
Let us know what you want to hear more about.
Mm-hmm. If you don't know about iTunes algorithm, though, if you do leave us a review, it really helps us out. We can rank better and we can help out more people like you.
Yes. Awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and dive into top point number 1.
Well, before number 1, I want to just actually bring out this subject, because we want to make sure that we know what social media is for, right? And I feel like we've said this a bunch of times, but it doesn't hurt to say it again, that social media was actually created to create connections, relationships, and it's all about people, right? Mm-hmm. So when you think about what is it that you're going to be doing for 2020 for your social medias, you need to really think about the people behind it and how to create relationships. We come in as a business and we want to put all of our services out there and kind of hope people like them. But when people are on Facebook, they're not really thinking about buying something, right? Yeah. And it's kind of the same way that we think about it when we're doing advertising. But when we're doing your social media, you also need to think as people. So all of these trends for 2020 really come back to that. So number 1 is authenticity.
Yes.
You're gonna see this switch, and it's been kind of going on for a year now, where people are not looking for these like beautiful graphic made, great lighting photos. Yes, have good lighting. Yes, making sure that you still stay on brand with your business, but trying to be more authentic here. And of course, teenagers are coming our way. They are growing up. They are in these platforms. So they are the ones that are really bringing in a lot of these new trends for us. Now, you do have to think about who your audience is, and don't forget that in every single step of the way. However, when you are thinking about what to post, authenticity is number 1. And that brings back who you are as people. You can, of course, give out information about your services and making sure that you're educating the public. However, bringing it back to home, right? And bringing it back who is behind all of these services? Who is the face behind your business?
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, we've been talking about this for such a long time, and I mean, one of the things we always preach here, guys, is we do business with people we know, we like, and we trust. Okay, and so I mean, the whole trust thing, right? It's like, well, educating. That's the fastest way to engineer that emotion, right? When you educate somebody, you automatically position yourself as the expert, and a lot of the times they start seeing you that way, and you start building trust with them. But really, the other thing is like liking, right? Like if I like certain people, a lot of the times I can't explain it. You know, sometimes I see a person, I'm like, I don't like that guy. Right? I'm sure you feel the same way, right?
It happens.
And then alternatively, like you don't even really talk to somebody for that long. You're like, I like this person. Like I don't know what it is about them and stuff. But
I've never met them.
Yeah,
but...
like the way they carry themselves, all that stuff. And honestly, that's just them. Like the only way that happens is just like, I guess I want to say it's like a chemical response or something like that of just them being themselves.
Which actually brings me to our number 2 trend.
Yeah.
And this is something that it's been going on for a while, but it's not going anywhere, and that is video.
Yes.
So video. We're going to say it 1,000 times throughout 2020.
That's why we're recording this on video, guys,
Yes.
not just audio.
Exactly. We want to see you guys. We are living in a digital age now, and the connections that we can get through social media, through text is just so, like, it just gets to a certain point. So video complements that. And as you're going to see how many other features Instagram will be bringing for video now. So definitely Instagram stories have been huge. Instagram has been seeing a tremendous amount of reactions on Instagram stories and way less likes. If you've noticed your own behavior, maybe you're scrolling through Instagram and you're like, oh yeah, I like that photo. But
I don't even scroll through Instagram anymore. I'm going just left and right.
Yeah, exactly. That's how much has changed. And if you have been like just scrolling, how often do you actually stop somewhere and tap or read the caption, right? You need to be thinking about that because your audience is thinking the same way. Yeah. So definitely using Instagram stories is your power. And now the fact that you can actually share those on your Facebook business account is huge because they are right there for people to see, and people love having those little snapshots of your day to day. So don't be afraid. Again, going back to authenticity, you don't have to have a beautiful, perfect, clean all the time Med Spa, hopefully you do, but you know, like it can be a little bit messy sometimes, and it's okay for you to let them into your life. Who are the people behind it? So if your staff is already available and wants to be part of this, let them do it. Of course, you can give them some guidelines, let them know what's okay to post, what's not okay to post, but making sure that they are part of this story that you're creating within Instagram and Facebook stories is going to be huge.
And I'll say this because we've said it before. I'll say it again, right? Video is amazing because it does 2 things, guys. And like to reinforce what I was saying earlier. 1, it's people are going to see it, and 2 things are going to happen. They're either going to like it or they're going to not like it at all, right?
Yes.
And so, but here's the good news: the people that do like it are ultimately going to be your best patients, and that's really how you can actually go about acquiring your ideal patients. And really drawing those people in, because you know what, when somebody just likes you, like I said earlier, it's because they relate to you somehow on a fundamental level, right? I don't know what it is. It could just be any little tiny thing, right? And they just start to like you. Now those people are going to be your best clients because
they're going to return. They're going to want to return. Yeah. I mean, I see a lot of the people that I go to, like to do my nails or my hair, whatever, and they're on Instagram, and I haven't gone in a while, and I see their posts, and I'm like, oh man, I feel so bad. Like I haven't seen this girl in a long time.
That's what
it is a relationship, and that is what social media is all about.
And then real quick, number 2, again, it's going to repel the people that you don't want in your practice. So what could be better?
Exactly. You have nothing to lose here.
Yeah.
And you're also going to see that, or if you haven't already, Instagram tried to do like the lives, like Instagram Live for a little bit. It didn't really work that well, so we do feel that trend is going out the window. but Instagram TV is actually here to stay. There is a lot of talk about kind of like not replacing, but kind of like being a very big competitor with YouTube. So if you are thinking about creating a series, Instagram TV is the time to do so. And there are so many series that you can do with your staff. It's really simple to do, like 1 to 2 minute videos on just about cool sculpting. What is cool sculpting? How does it work? What areas can you actually do for your body? So do a little like series, and you can do just like a one video a week, or you can do so many, however time you have allocated for that. So Instagram TV is here to stay. So make sure to use it wisely. What was it? What is the next one?
Number 3.
Number 3, TikTok. Have you heard about TikTok? Have you heard about TikTok? Oh my God. Did you know that was the 3rd app most downloaded in 2019?
Nope. I did not know.
Yes, and it just happened in the last few months of the year. So October, November, December was when TikTok exploded. If you have kids, you probably know what I'm talking about. And you probably have heard it. But if you don't, TikTok is this new app. Actually, it used to be called Musical.ly. And it is where people could just like put random songs and dance to them or do something funny with them. And it wasn't really like much of a platform. It actually ended up dying for a little bit, and it came back to life as TikTok. And now it is all the rave with teenagers, and you're gonna see it everywhere you go. Especially if you do have kids, then you probably know they're gonna be using it so much. Now the thing here that we have to think about is, should I be using TikTok? As a med spa, should I be interested into downloading this app and actually contributing to it? Well, yes and no. Now here, if we think about your audience right now, your audience are the older generations, right? The people that are working and have money to spend and spend in themselves, right? Yeah. So they are probably not on TikTok yet. It is something that it is believed to be like trending in 2020 more, but here is the good news. Instagram is actually creating its own TikTok app, and it's going to be its main competitor. It is already out in Brazil, and it is going to be out in Mexico soon, and it is supposed to be coming in 2020. So it just depends on how well it does on Brazil and Mexico, and then we will be seeing that here. Of course, we know Facebook. Mark wants to be like actually like
wants to monopolize social media.
Wants to monopolize social media. Yes, they have Facebook, they have Instagram, they have WhatsApp. He wants to know
everything you're doing.
Yes, he is that curious.
Yes.
So they are working on it. I think it's, I have there in my notes, what's it called? It's the Reel app. Right?
It's the Reels.
Reels, yes.
Yeah.
So that is what they are working on. And the really cool thing about TikTok is that while Instagram is hiding likes, which is something that they will be doing a little bit in the future, I think it's already live on Canada. They will be doing a lot more things to make sure that it is more socially based. TikTok, on the other hand, is helping out marketers and is helping out businesses a lot more based on their features. So they are willing to do a lot more with that. So we do have a little bit of a balance here. I wouldn't say you should rush and download TikTok right now. Honestly, maybe if you just want to know what your kids are up to. They are fun to watch. Not gonna lie, you're might be spending a lot of hours there, so you might resent me for that. But definitely check it out and be on the lookout for what is new and upcoming in there. You're gonna see a lot of them like coming onto Instagram, because you can download the video themselves and actually upload them to Facebook or Instagram. So that is something else that's coming up.
Cool. Okay, what is number 4?
So number 4 are microblogs. So Instagram is changing the algorithm. Now it's not about the best time to post or how many posts you can actually put in there, but the quality of those posts. So we really want to think about what is it that we are putting out there. And this goes back to authenticity and video, right? So if you do have, if you can only post 2 to 3 times a week, but you can do that consistently, and you can do it with authenticity and actually write more microblogs which in our area and in our industry is the best thing you can do, because you are actually going to be educating them so much more. So it's not all about like, oh, posting an inspirational quote here and just putting it out there, because now the algorithm is actually sensing and measuring how much time a person stays on that post. So if you have just one three word phrase, people are just going to scroll by real quick. They're just going to read it in a quick of a second and just keep on going.
And I think part of it is like Instagram measures how long people stay on that post, right?
That's exactly what I meant. That it is measuring how long they're going to stay. So if you just have 3 words, then they're going to stay there for a second. But if you have more to that, and if they are interested in it, they're going to read everything. So right now, you are going to have to think about switching into creating there are so many applications out there and so many technologies where you can actually write your posts for Instagram on the computer. We use Later. I really enjoy it. I think I've mentioned it before. And you can just write everything on the computer and just schedule your posts as they go. So you really do want to think about like, what am I going to be posting? So it might seem a little bit daunting because you now have to think of micro blogging every single time you post. But like I said, it's not about the quantity. It's going to be about the quality of these posts.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that?
No, I mean, like I said, I think it's like the most strategic thing to do. It can be a little bit, obviously, a little bit cumbersome, guys. But like really, even when it comes to just writing this stuff, you have to really just write the way you would speak a lot of the times, and that's going to just help you, kind of educate your market. And at the end of the day, like, you got to consider the context of the platform. Like your people are in this kind of down to earth platform, right? And so it's okay to kind of speak to them in their own language, which is one of the main kind of things that's talked about inside of copy when it comes to copywriting. So don't be afraid to really spend the time to, write a small paragraph about what this like image is about or what that video is about. If you shoot a video, a lot of times you can just transcribe what you said in the video and you can make that into your post. Obviously add some emojis and add some other stuff to it and make it more like make
readable.
sense. Yeah, readable. But
that is a great tip.
That's one way of going about it. And there's websites that you can just upload your video and then they can just transcribe it, and then there you go. I think one off the top of my head is called rev.com, and so you can grab your transcribe it there.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And like we've been saying again and again, just making sure that you reuse this and repurpose it, and talk about also stories. So if you do have videos of somebody's transformation, talk about the story behind it. It's not just like hey, here's a before and after, but this is a before and after. This is what happened. This is what she came in for. This is what she was expecting. This is what happened during her treatment. And this is how she is now. And you can even interview your own clients, maybe not in a very official way. You could, obviously, if they are willing to do a testimonial for you. But also while you're talking to them, like, hey, how did you feel about this? How have people noticed? What did your husband say? All of those things that you can later on add into your story.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I got nothing. Okay, what's number 5?
Number 5 is everyone becomes an influencer. Ooh. Influencers have been here for a bit, and I don't think they're going anywhere.
Nope.
We need to embrace them. But the other thing about that, not just working with influencers, but know yourself as an influencer. Do you have a follower on Instagram?
Yes.
You are an influencer. Good news. You are an influencer.
Oh, snap.
Yes. So influencers now have been divided into groups. We have our influencers, as we all know them, the ones that get millions and billions of views on YouTube or followers on Instagram. They are being paid thousands or if not millions of dollars on like paid advertising. And then you also have your micro influencers. There are people that have maybe thousands to maybe even 1 million of followers. They are still considered and paid for their advertising. And then you have what we call your nano influencers, and that is you. So anybody that has, yes, you too.
Damn.
Though you don't post on Instagram that often.
I don't post on Instagram. I should.
But if you do have less of 2,000 followers, you are a nano influencer. And that means that people are actually following you. Even if it's just your friends and family, they follow you, they are trusting you, they are, of course, liking you. So anything that you post in there is going to be they can get influenced by it, right? So if you kind of like twist around your mentality into like you are not just a business, but you are a person behind the business. So share in there like your thoughts. So what is it that you liked about it? Probably you have already experienced, if not like some, if not all of your own services, right? And you want to tell your story as well. Did you do like microneedling on your own? Share that process with your followers. Maybe you can have like your own Med Spa account and you can have your personal account. Maybe you can mesh them together, however you feel more comfortable with it. But if you are showing the behind the scenes, it goes back to authenticity. It goes back to creating videos about that. And you're going to be able to create your own story, to create those micro blog posts. So everything kind of ties together in 2020 and actually it's going to make it easier for you. It sounds like a lot, but it's actually going to make it easier because it's going to be sharing about your day-to-day, how you connect with other people, how you connect those services that you're providing with the people and the outcomes that come with that, right? So in 2020, you are going to become a nano influencer, and that's okay.
Yes. I mean, and we talk about this all the time when I tell my clients, like our goal, our strategy is to help you become the go-to person, a local expert, a local celebrity for this service that you are trying to build a brand for, you know?
Yeah.
And so like really reaching that, what we call expert status. So what can we do to kind of help you reach that expert status? And so it's cool that now in 2020, sorry, that you'll be able to do that in a simpler way, and people are going to be able to actually adopt this strategy a little bit more effectively.
Yeah, and you can even see it if you go back to your analytics of 2019 and see how many times you posted a photo of yourself or your staff and see how many likes and engagements that got, comparing it to maybe a before and after, or comparing it to just a graphic that you posted.
Yeah.
So if you really do see that difference, you're going to be like, yes, I need to post my face every single time I'm in there.
I mean, I think, for sure. I mean, some trend that we've seen that whenever we post a picture, when we're managing our clients' social media and we post a picture of actually like themselves, that gets a ton more engagement than like a generic photo or a photo of something else.
Even because we do create graphics for events, you do want to tell your people what it is about, and usually a graphic is the easiest and fastest way. But what if you kind of like switch that a little bit and actually create a video where you are inviting your audience?
Yeah.
That's gonna be huge, especially right now where video is trending, authenticity is trending, and you are gonna be trending as well.
Yes. You want to be trending. All right, guys. Yes. Well, there was the top 5 trends for Instagram for 2020. So the first one was being authentic, right? So you want to be your authentic self when it comes to social media. Number 2 is that you want to be leveraging video as much as possible. Number 3, start considering Instagram's TikTok. That's going to come out later this year. It's called Reels. Number 4 is leveraging micro blogs on Instagram. And number 5 is that everyone will become an influencer. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there a little bit more and start building that audience, right? Start positioning yourself as that local expert, okay? Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Let us know if you have any questions, and we will catch you guys
on the next
week.
one.
Yeah.
Bye.